Yes, we back with another episode. I got a real special guest in here tonight. My boy Robert. What they do, cuz?
That's good, man.
What they do?
My guy.
CEO Wall.
Y'all already know what it is.
Y'all already know, man. What it do, fam? How you been?
Hey, man, you know me, man. I've been good, just working, man. Just sticking to it, man.
So, you wake up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And if you ain't busy, you scrolling the gram, you gonna see Rob early out. Getting the gym workout in, getting the team ready, or motivating others to work out. How has that process been for you, encouraging others to stay fit?
It's been a good process, I would say.
Yeah.
Made me think about it because you never know what motivates people, especially on the internet. And I really don't do it to motivate people. It's just really just talking for people that most of the people that's on my Instagram I know. So
Right.
It's just really just motivating them. Just health is real wealth. Because at the end of the day, if you're not healthy, a lot of things we can't do in life. So that's really the main thing behind it. Just trying to push that, health is real wealth.
So you say Robert's so live, but I remember at one point it was ride to get left.
Yeah, it's still ride to get left.
Oh, you still could get left?
Yeah, it's always ride to get left. You know what I mean?
But, so explain that, ride to get left. How you came up with that?
So ride to get left started when I was in college. It actually came up with me and one of my friends' memory. Mm-hmm. She actually was a producer. Well, she is a producer. And just chasing something. I could tell you the story. I heard her making beats one day. I was in her house washing clothes.
Right.
And I heard her making beats. And I was like, damn, that's you making beats? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? Like, man, you need to take this shit serious.
Facts. You need to take it to the studio.
Yeah. But she had her own studio, had her own beat machines.
And set up in the crib.
Yeah. So from there, it just was like, all right, we could do something serious with it. And I guess at that point in my life, I just was trying to get serious in life. So that was I would say my real first
client, first artist you worked with.
Yeah.
Well, not artist, but producer.
Yeah, producer, and she was an artist. She was a producer artist.
Okay. That
we worked with, and that, like I said, started in college. It started from her making beats. Then we rented out an apartment. Her actually grandma gave us the money to rent out another apartment.
Oh, that's what's up.
Turned that bitch into a studio.
Okay.
And we just was really just booming the studio and just developing her as an artist. And like I said, it was a new business to me. I had read a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Okay.
And from there, it just was trying to get serious about life, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, that I wanted to get a job, that I wanted to do entrepreneurship.
Right.
Just was in that little gray area. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's really how Ride to Get Left just started.
And you speaking on artist development, I guess that was the process how you became a manager, because you was grooming artists, because I know you also worked with my little brother, Ronnie VOP.
Yeah.
So how was it in the managing phase, just managing artists?
At first, I ain't gonna lie, man, it was fun. It was, I took it more than just management. I look at everything as business. So I take an artist and look at it as a brand.
Right.
And they create different products with their music and things like that. And I learned that from my business class.
Right.
So just from that, it just turned into, just marketing the artist. Starting to understand okay, this is what people like from you. This is what people don't like.
Right.
All right, good publicity. All publicity is good publicity as long as they talk about you. So just understanding that, understanding products. It just turned into, just understanding the business side. That's where I would say I would come in more so with an artist, because most of the artists that I find is more passionate.
Right.
So it's more of a hobby.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I guess more when I got involved with memory, I could tell you it just became more serious, because it was just, with me, I'm like, oh shit, hey, we could be doing this and make money.
Right.
Hey, we should be doing this.
You organizing and strategizing to pursue more than just create it and just let somebody listen.
Yeah, so it was more than management. I would say with any artist I work with, it was more than just management. Right. It was just more than, I would say, brand development. Mm-hmm. That was more that I was more focus on and key on. Every artist that I work with, they'll tell you all right, I'm focused on the paperwork.
Right.
If it ain't black and white, it ain't right. Bitch can say whatever they want to you.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying?
Most
so
definitely.
We just got to keep grinding. You know what I mean? If somebody seeing that you got motion, they coming to talk to you. Everybody gonna tell you whatever they want to tell you, but you know what I mean? You just got to keep putting in that work. So that's just the mindset I bring to any situation.
Right.
And I would say it developed into artist management / business management, but it was more so the business side for me.
How long was you in school for?
I went to school for I wanted to extended college student. So I went to school for like 7 years. So my first year, I was chasing a football dream. Everybody in Miami, you know what I mean, we got that football dream or sports dream.
Most definitely.
So I was doing that first. And after I got hurt, I went to school in Virginia first.
What position you was playing?
I was playing corner.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up getting hurt, and then it was just like a decision. So I was talking to my dad, and he just was like, you know what I mean, as a man, you gotta make a decision. It's either you gonna go back there or you gonna go do, you know what I mean? So one of my homeboys was at Grambling, and he was like, man, just come out here and visit, you know what I mean, just check it out, see if you like it. And once I went to Grambling, it just was like a total culture shock, total different like environment.
Yeah, from what you normally used to.
Yeah. So just to be honest with you, like, you know what I mean, my parents, both parents like had jobs. So like we stayed in the hood, but everybody, you know what I'm saying, was good. So it's just growing up with that dynamic, like you don't have to struggle and doing certain things, but when you get in Grambling, like especially like when you're on your own now, it's just like you're trying to fend for yourself. So, you're at that age, and it just was like Grambling just really just molded me to like really become a man. Like just seeing like, damn, how the hell they get in the club this pack?
Right.
Like, oh shit, I'm finna go throw Florida parties.
Right.
So we started throwing Florida parties in the dorm room, like just started growing. Like, oh, we gotta get money. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So
I already had that entrepreneur mentality.
Most definitely
in school. Right. Developing.
Yeah, and I would say I always had it growing up. I just never had nobody to mold it.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you don't know what you don't know. So like I said, my parents always was working, had a job and stuff like that. So I was always into computers, trying to figure out how to fix a computer, do stuff like that. So that shit like always interests me.
Right.
So like once I got in college, like it just like developed more because now I'm around more people that's into computers, doing certain things like, you know what I mean, in business, in the stock market.
You went to school for business after the football.
So I went to school for computer information systems. So even when I went to school for football, when I played football, I was in school for computer.
You had classes,
exactly.
And then I had a minor in marketing.
Right.
So that's why like the business side started coming into it because the marketing
computers and marketing and business,
just everything
all goes together.
Yeah, it's because you know we was in that. The world was changing in 2005 when I graduated. So like I was like one of those first babies like on Facebook. Like, you know what I'm saying, you had to have a college, you know what I'm saying, email to get on Facebook and shit like that.
Yeah.
So even then, like I was thinking in my head like, damn, like how you could connect with people and shit like that. But
So how big is it and how important is it to take advantage of opportunities? Cause I seen you come a long way. Like it's like every time you got an opportunity, you made sure you was in the right place.
Yeah. So I feel every opportunity, you got to be ready for it, right? So in some opportunities you're not ready for.
Right.
And I don't believe in losses. I believe in learning. Mm-hmm. So yeah, some opportunities that you may not be ready for, you just, you know what I mean. I'm the type of person that where I'm gonna read, understand, educate myself, like to like. You know what I'm saying? Be like the top. I play football. I'm a competitive person. I'm always trying to be the best at anything I do. So I'm not, even if I put myself in a situation that I'm probably not familiar with, I'm going to end up figuring out how to be like, you know what I'm saying?
The best at that.
Yeah.
That's just like how I move and like
and
anything.
You prepare yourself too. So it's not even like you're going to walk into something blindfolded anyway. You're going to do your homework and prepare. So when you step, it's gonna be your best footstep forward because you already been studying and putting in work.
See a lot of, even like with the saying, you know, don't be too overzealous or whatever. Like I like that mentality that bro got because it's like you gotta think you're the best. You gotta think that you're like I'm gonna attack this the best way I'm gonna attack it. So you gotta have that type of mentality. That's the way you gotta. That's the way that you want to craft your
And not to get off topic either, but I think that's what's going on in the world today. They don't want men to be competitive. They don't want men to be real men.
Right. So they low on the masculinity.
Yeah, they want you to shy upon
it. That's why it's so shocking about this beef stuff, you know, with the Drake stuff because it's like, but we've been just this is sport, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Of course everybody throwing shots or some, you know, real shit, but like it's a competitive. Everything is competitive.
Everything, like so. That's just how I look at life. That's how I look at business, and that's just how I look at like any situation I get in. It's just like, okay, how can I be the best? Who is the best players in this? I gotta connect with them. who I gotta talk to.
Right.
And like I said, that was just like you said, it's been a process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no lie, I had a white man that tell me this, like, so we was in school, right? In college, you know, we in school, we having fun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We at Grambling 10-1 when I went to Grambling.
Right.
So for every one male, it's 10 women.
Right.
So we having the time of our life. You coming from Miami.
Right.
We done connected with dudes from Broward. We a team
Miami
now.
and Broward together.
Miami
we
and
away
Broward.
from the crib.
Hey, we was riding together.
Right.
When I tell you we used to throw parties in the boys' crib, like
Right.
that's how tight we used to be. Like and we
real.
still developed that bond. Like
Yeah.
but when you go out of town, like that's really all you got. Like it's people that's from Florida and we gonna stick together.
That's facts.
You feel
From
me?
college to the prison to the jail cell. You know what I'm saying? We don't get together on the streets, but when you in them colleges and in them jail systems, it's Florida versus everybody.
Right. So even being in that experience, it just was like, I don't know what one of the professors seen in me or, you know what I mean, whatever. But he just felt that I was a slick person. Like, and I was, like, when I look at it in life, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm slick, you know what I'm saying? You could talk your way out of certain situations and shit like that. But when you become aware of yourself, you know better, you do better, right? Type of situation. That's the type of person I am.
Right.
So I felt like this man had called me out one day because it just was like, he just like, dang man, you so focused on trying to get a job and having fun, man. You the person that's gonna be hiring people. And I was like, the fuck? Like, what that supposed to mean?
From? Yeah.
Like, what that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
So in between, like going through that process and shit, like, so this is how I learned, like, people put in your life for certain reasons. He actually failed me in his class. I was passing, but I was cheating. You feel what I'm saying?
So he peeped.
Yeah, he knew it.
Yeah.
He knew like, oh, you come here drunk, you know what I'm saying? You come here with your
How's
shades
you
on.
passing flying colors like that?
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
So in that moment, he failed me. So in that time, like, I don't know if y'all ever been to Louisiana, Grambling.
Okay.
When you there in the summer, that shit is boring as fuck. There's nobody there.
No
It's
summertime vibes.
It's nothing, like nothing but shit, learning. Like,
Right, yeah.
all you can do is just fucking work out, like just try to figure something out.
Right.
But in between that time, I can tell you, like, I found myself, like, as a person, like, trying to, like, all right, what do I want my life to be like? All right. So when this man telling me this type of stuff, like, he see, like, okay, you really want to change yourself. So he started telling me to read certain books. And the book that really changed my, like, mindset about, like, everything that I've been doing, everything that I was even doing in that moment.
Right.
It was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Right.
So once I read that book, it just was like, oh shit. Okay, if they did this shit, I could do it. Like,
Most definitely.
What's far-fetched from, like, you know
What's
what I'm
different
saying?
from them than me?
From Henry Ford, like, this motherfucker just, he had an idea, he stuck to it, and like he was disciplined with that shit. Like,
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm the type of person, like you say, we come from the hood, so it's just like, all right, how I'm gonna get the money first, like. And I'm talking to the dude, like, all right, I need to get money, like. So he's like, all right, you don't invest in the stock market? I was like, the stock market? How the hell you do that? Like,
Right.
You can do that? Like,
Right. Put me on, talk to me.
So then I learned about penny stocks.
Right.
And that shit just like
Blew your mind.
fucking dog. When I tell you, like, I had called my daddy and just like, hey, I need $500. He was like, $500? Like, what the hell you need $500 for? I'm like, hey, I'm finna invest it. And he like, invest it. I'm like, man, trust me, man.
Right.
But like, when I tell you, like, when you become super focused, like when you want to change your life, when you want something
you get determined.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's nothing gonna stop you. It's nothing like, my homeboy be like telling my cousin them old stories, like, this nigga used to be at Starbucks reading and shit, But it's just like, you know, like when you feel like you in a box, like I used to be around people like these my dogs, we grew up together, all type of shit, but always doing smoking weed, we
just chilling, playing
be hollering at girls,
Yeah.
we doing all the same shit. So it's just like, I'm saying I want something different, but I'm doing the same shit that's not getting me nowhere.
Right.
So it's just like, okay, what I gotta do different. So now I'm starting to hang out more, like I was telling you at the beginning, with memory now.
Right.
Figuring out, like, damn, we gotta get a studio.
Right.
We gotta get more artists in here, like, this. She like, the fuck, how we gonna get a studio? I'm like, bro, we get an apartment, shit's only like $400 and shit like that. So shit, her auntie, like, just starting to, like, just grow.
Put stuff together.
Like, so that's just really just where it came from. Just like, just trying to just like want to become something better, and then like just having this person tell you like, you this type of person, you not this, and you wondering like, what the fuck, like, why you feel that I'm this type of person? Like, why you feel that I'm a hire people?
Right.
Why you feel that, like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't question it. It's just more so, like you said, just like, all right, like, if he feel that I'm the type of person, like, I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to start doing it. Like, I started doing shit on campus that probably nobody still done on Grambling campus. Like, I shot a music video in the middle of a campus. Nobody knew who this girl was. Nobody knew. We put a fire truck in the middle of the school. Just all type of shit. Just learning just from reading books, understanding like, oh shit, you gotta pull a permit just to get a fire truck.
Right.
Oh shit, okay, where I go pull a permit from? Or you go down to the city, Grambling, this little town of 500 people.
Right.
You just go there, pull a fucking permit, go to the fire station. It just was like, like, oh, this shit really easy. It's just all about your habits, what you doing, like, you feel me? And that's just where it developed into like artist development, from working with her, from producing. Then we started going to her rapping over her own beats.
Right.
And just like really was doing that just to get placements. So I just was trying to just like.
And where can you find her?
Figure that business out.
Everybody, like, where can you find your?
On Instagram, she really right now she not really doing music, like, bro. She's more writing.
Okay.
And doing like camera work and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
And producing. That was more like college passion, Memory.
Memory.
Yeah, Memory the artist.
Yeah,
on
we got
Instagram.
a lot of them.
Yeah, she's pretty tight.
And she's from Miami.
She's from Chicago.
Oh, she's from Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I met her in school in Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it just been like you said, it's just been that process, and what I'm learning now, just enjoying the process of, you know what I'm saying, business. Just constantly growing.
So what is Robert gonna bring to the table to make a difference in the world? Or how do you feel like you're gonna make a difference to the world?
For me, I've been battling with that, praying, like figuring out, but my whole thing with that is just developing businesses.
Yes.
I think that's the main thing that, you know what I'm saying, that's more so what I'm more passionate about.
Right.
I like turning, I like turning nothing into something.
Most definitely.
Like turning dreams into reality, like stuff like that.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like,
that's what it's about.
like that feel good to me. Like to see something that we thought about and it just like
come and make it come
like
out.
you feel what I'm saying? Like we actually set goals to actually like, oh hey, we need 100 people to do this. Yeah. Hey shit, well we had 1,000 people to do it. Like, it's like oh shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like shit like that.
It did better than you expected.
Yeah, so it ain't even really about the money and like, you feel what I'm saying? It's just all about just that feeling, just like always just chasing that feeling.
Yeah.
So how many artists that are you dealing with now currently?
So I don't work in music no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nah, that business just, I feel for me, like once I had a child, the business model for me, like the model is like far-fetched and in between, like far as money, and then like it's so saturated.
Yeah.
And working with artists is like a headache too,
Right.
like you feel what I'm saying? It's just like, I'd rather like do other things that I'm passionate about. Like I love music, fitness, developing businesses and stuff like that. I consult with an artist, but like far as like day to day, trying to figure out like
a full management.
Yeah.
But do you still do the promotional teamwork, like part of like?
No, not really. Right now we got Section 104.
Okay.
That's like we do like high school games. Well, now we started to do ads. For businesses.
Is that the event? Because I was gonna get into the events that you're a part of. Is that one of the events?
So
upcoming event.
So the upcoming event is we got a football camp.
Okay.
That's coming up. Section 104 doing the media
for summertime.
Yeah.
For the youth.
It's on the 28th of this month.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's called Trench Mob with Trench Mob Academy. It's called Trench Wars for O-line and D-line. So yeah, just been working with that business. Trench Mob Academy, developing their personal training, the business for kids training, all the way from kids all the way to college.
Right.
So he done work with some top athletes. So yeah, just working with him branding wise now.
Right.
Like if you come out there next week Saturday, you'll see like we got the 10s, we got developing football camps, stuff like that. So
I got a question. How does it feel to be working with the community, and did you ever see yourself working with the community this much, like with the youth and all of these things that you tapped in with nowadays?
Nah, I never did. I think that my cousin really got me into it, Valencia Gunn.
Okay. Shout out to Cuzzo.
Shout out Cuzzo.
Yeah, she got me into it. You know,
Cuzzo got us deep in the community.
Yeah, she started a nonprofit called Make the Homeless Smile, which is now
that's dope. Make the Homeless Smile.
Yeah, which is now changed to the Smile Trust.
Okay, Smile Trust now.
Yeah, so the Smile Trust pretty much, just to sum it up, we pretty much our community's first responders. We pretty much handle food desert communities.
Okay.
We work with, like I said, disaster relief communities,
Right.
so low income communities that get affected by disasters, man-made storms,
Right.
Natural disaster storms. We try to respond within a timely fashion to,
Right.
help people be resilient. They
Right.
want people to be resilient, but give them no
Some
resources.
reason to have something to look forward
Yeah.
to. And y'all come through the neighborhood and
We give resources. We give certain things to other organizations. Right now, we're developing other hubs throughout the state of Florida, throughout the country, where we respond faster to communities.
So if somebody
that's
wanted to
great.
join the youth football team or wanted to join the youth fitness, how could they contact you?
So everything is online on Instagram.
Instagram? Okay.
Trench Mob Academy on Instagram, Fitness Supreme Fit Fam, Smile Trust on Instagram. All of those things on Instagram.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing that because
Yes,
the
sir.
youth is the future.
They
So
are.
what else?
Sure.
What else you got planned coming up? Anything else that you probably haven't told anybody that you might want them to look forward to?
Some things just right now, just like I
Cooking.
said.
You just in the kitchen. You in
Yeah.
the lab. You like me right now. We cooking.
Yeah.
Just
Bro,
know when
couldn't
it
answer
pop.
that question.
Boom.
Yeah,
Right.
just one thing I would say though, just people a lot of especially small businesses need to take advantage of, grants, loans,
Right.
because a lot of these loans from CDFIs give you opportunities to actually go to that next level to, grow your business. Because some of us still like in between like that $1,000, $5,000, but we need to get out of that $5,000 phase, get into the $50,000,
Right.
the $100,000. So now you're learning like invest your money into marketing, invest your money into branding,
Right.
things like that. Like especially like what y'all doing in the podcast, like
Most definitely.
a lot of money. Like right now, I'm pretty sure y'all trying to get subscriptions,
Sponsors,
get the money up, right?
investors, yeah.
A lot of things y'all need to be investing back into it, like
Right.
the ads, to run it up. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? Like
That's right.
a lot of these businesses, they not running ads for no fucking reason.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? They doing that to get in front of more people.
Right.
Stay in front, stay in their face. Why don't you keep seeing something repetitive?
Facts.
You going? It's no like I'll be seeing stuff. I'm scrolling down, seeing stuff on my Instagram. I might not tap to it when I first see it,
But the
that
next
fourth,
time-
that fifth time,
What this is?
What is this?
Right.
Checking
Let
in,
me
you tapping
look.
in. Facts.
Exactly.
So
That's a
yeah,
fact.
I think we just need to take advantage of that, man. Like even y'all, like take advantage of it. Don't be afraid to like, what I'm saying, go after it. Some of these CDFIs will give you the finances to, spark that, what I'm saying, to get that business to the next level.
Right.
So that's one thing I want to take from this podcast. Don't be afraid to grow.
Right. Yeah.
Don't
Y'all
be afraid
heard,
to
like,
take
don't
that
be
chance.
afraid
Like,
to go and take that
feel what I'm
risk
saying?
because you don't get the reward if you don't take the risk.
Fact.
You're not gonna just jump out there and feel $1 million right then and there. You gotta go through some pain. We was talking about this beforehand with bros, and I'm like, yo, you gotta go through pain before you get to that reward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all of this is just the history.
Right.
So when they go back to do the history, they say, yo, them dudes was moving. You know what I'm saying? So that's
fact.
all it is,
That's
bro.
real
You
shit.
Yeah, sometimes it ain't no reward without no risk.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And that's why I brought up earlier how big is it for opportunity, because for a long time, as far as I knew you, you always seized the opportunity, but you always elevated. It's not like you would find one thing and then you'll get stuck. You'll stay venturing off to figure out what's the next thing to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I learned that from actually a lady I used to work with. So I used to work, like I said, in small business development for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ladies I used to work with, she's like, "Oh, you the type of person, you should never work on a job more than 2 years." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Why do you feel that way?" She was like, "Oh, you too smart. You need to keep going. That's the only
Never
way.
enough.
That's the only way you're gonna keep making more money." So I'm like, "Oh, okay. So you just gotta, all right, bet." So from when she told me that shit, I quit.
Right.
Like, swear to God, I just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I gotta figure out what's the next best move.
Like shit, I'm good. Like
Yeah.
so that's just really just where I be at. Just like I'm always learning. That's
Right.
the type of person I am. Like I'm always willing to learn something from a 2-year-old. Like
Right,
damn,
a sponge,
what made
bro.
them go grab that toy? Like
Right.
damn,
Killed
what,
it.
what made them like that? Like
Right.
oh, okay, like you feel what I'm saying? So it's just always just like I said, I'm the type of person like I'm just like always learning. I'm an observer.
Yeah.
Like always observing, and I guess I say I got some of these habits from like I keep reverting back to college because like a lot of the habits that I got is from like my teachers telling me like one of my marketing teachers. All right, today I want y'all to go to Walmart and I want you to watch this aisle. I want you to watch this aisle and tell me how many people touch this product
Right.
and how many times these people come down this aisle. So it's just like, okay, at first you think the shit's stupid.
Right.
But once you collect the data and you start realizing like,
this is marketing and advertising.
right, so now you know who to target.
Right.
Now you know who's actually buying your product.
Right.
So now you knowing like sales, discounts. If I put this on sale, more people go touch it.
Right.
If I put a red tag on it, more people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever notice when I used to work at Foot Locker?
Right.
I never used to pay this attention, but you could never put Jordan shoes on a red tag wall.
Oh, wow.
Even if the shoe on sale, you never gonna devalue the brand that is on sale. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just gonna be a surprise that a customer come up to the counter and be like, oh shit, damn, I got it on. Like, so they thinking they got a sale. It's a deal type of vibe. It's that feeling. So that's what marketing, it create that feeling. Marketing is that strategy. Branding is just that getting it in front of you. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah.
You killed that, because you gotta understand that marketing and branding is two different things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You brand the brand is to develop the product. You know what I'm saying? And then when you market it, now you're putting the product in the
right.
in the air.
And marketing is the strategy that you put together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I ain't seen you since the 2024 Q Banks party, and you know I just interviewed Cuz Q the other day. So how was the connection just in a lot of these different business industries? Because I didn't even know I was gonna bump into you at the party, and we bumped into each other standing right next to each other.
Connections, right? So my business partner, which is my cousin Ahmad, he actually friends with Q.
Okay.
So that's the connection.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Ahmad friends with Q. Q invited him and told him to bring, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whoever.
See you at the top.
Yeah. So that's just really it. And I think that's important to all of us. Like how you were saying earlier. We all bring each other up. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So
beautiful, bro.
And we all make connections. Like you said, you never expect certain people to be in certain rooms.
Yeah, like, damn, how you okay? I'm glad you're here. Bless up, right? Good to see you.
Feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And to know that, damn, this is my cousin.
This is my cousin.
So we even more like secure now in yourself, like you're more comfortable. Like, oh shit, I'm just gonna chill over here with my cousin.
Exactly. Like, we ended up in the same side, and we didn't even know like that. What they do, cuz?
Y'all cousins.
Yeah, this is my blood cousin.
My blood cousin.
Yeah, this shit, it's crazy. It's a small world. It's just
small
like that,
world, bro. That's crazy.
And I was at Cuz Q party. 2024 New Year's party, and he was standing right. I'm like, oh, what they do, cuz? Like, yeah, it's a small world. But I ain't even. He got there on his own. I ain't invite him. He got there on his own. But it was meant to be. And sometimes that's what people need to understand about this whole collaborating and networking thing that we got going on. Everybody want to find a way that it's okay for him to be doing his own thing. It's okay for you to be doing your own thing. It's okay for me to be doing. We come together and we make stuff happen because bosses need to be amongst bosses. Right. And sometimes a boss might not be able to pay yet, but just bringing visionary together and making moves and investing.
And that energy.
Yeah, you got to put time and effort and spend money into yourself. So I just like the fact that I can bring people together sometimes too, because I feel like it's all a piece to the puzzle, and you got something to say that's worth everybody knowing. I got something to say. Right. And I guess who finna be our co-host soon, he finna be coming through more often. Right. You know, he another Miami veteran. See, everybody I deal with too, I know what I be doing. Just a Miami veteran. He done touched a lot of different projects. Even with, let's go back to the events. Let's talk about more about these events that you did in the past. Okay. Just like, you know, like how they got the brothers of
the Circle of
Brothers. Like, you know, all of these communities. I want to get to that 5,000 role model vibe. Let's talk about the community for a while and how you even got there before you really got there. Because a lot of times we don't know, we be training ourselves and being a part of stuff where we really be indulging into it before we really do it.
So again, like I said, I guess somebody seeing something in me that I didn't know, like, you feel me? So I really got connected through the Circle of Brotherhood by the director of Circle of Brotherhood. Well, he was a director, Mr. Leroy. So we was actually doing a 24-hour ceasefire with the radio station. Like I told y'all before, I was always working with my cousin Valencia in the community.
Shout out Valencia. Shout out Valencia.
So we're working with her. We actually partnered with 103.5 The Beat, and we was doing a 24-hour ceasefire.
Okay.
And then from there, I got Mr. Leroy just connected with me and just was like, hey man, I want you to come see me. Come talk to me. And just by me going to go talk to him, just like, all right, I'm gonna go see what he talk about. Right. So I went and talked to him, went to a couple of meetings and stuff like that, just started hanging out. Then one day he called me and just like, hey man, I think I got something good for you. Come by my office. I'm like, all right, go by his office, go holler at him. And he like, yeah, I want to hire you. I want you to do this community. It was a community outreach job.
That's big.
And I was like, well, what? I don't know nothing about like you know what I'm saying, doing the community outreach. I work in computers.
Right.
And he was like, oh, you do computers?
That's even better.
Right. So he was like, hey, don't we need somebody to do computers?
Right.
He was asking the lady. She was like, yeah. So he was like, okay, Bob, you can do both.
Yeah.
So
you can't run from the job if you wanted to.
Right. So I was like, all right, cool.
But it was a great opportunity.
So
the radio station, anybody who loved music would dream to work in the radio station. Let's just start there.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So I really we would just partner with them through
Right.
the 24-hour ceasefire. So that's just really was the connection.
Right.
And he just saw me there when we had a meeting.
Right.
And like, hey, come holler at me.
But I'm sure you learned a lot in the experience, period. Even if you ain't the actual host on the radio, just being on the set and seeing how things
just watching
run.
Papa Keith, seeing how he do.
Shout out Papa Keith too.
Yeah,
Salute.
shout out Papa Keith. I learned a lot just from just like being behind the scenes, seeing how, you know what I'm saying, he structured his events, the process, you know what I'm saying, and just like, and that's what me just like understanding, like watching people like Papa Keith like doing major events, like especially working with artists. You gotta enjoy the process. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Because like you said, that's the history, that's the moment that you really chasing. You feel what I'm saying? The process of getting the thing done.
Just say what you know.
Alright, so yeah, he, after learning from, you know, I learned a lot from Papa Keith, seeing them do major events and things like that. So after working in the community with, you know, Mr. Leroy, like I said, I got the job working with him, and that job really just gave me that like passion like for people. Right. Because I started working on the Employee Miami-Dade program. Okay. So the Employee Miami-Dade program, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I said. He's a community activist. He's a leader.
Yeah.
It's like his footsteps put him in that brim.
Just like I said, God been putting me like in these certain doors, just like, and I ain't gonna lie, like I'm just not realizing like, dang, like I used to work for like I used to do the Employee Miami-Dade program, like just to see people that I got certain jobs or got them training and like they chefs now. And like they see me on the street and they be like, man, you remember, man, you got me in that class, man. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing this now. Or they had a chef at a 5-star restaurant. Right. Or they got a food truck. Right. Or
so what was the class? Culinary art?
So we did culinary arts, we did construction. Okay. We did IT for a while.
What is IT? Explain that for the people who might not know.
Computer information system. Okay. Pretty much. Okay. And it was just really much just showing them like how to work a computer, how to like fix a hard drive, and like basic little stuff. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much like, you know what I'm saying, was a class. But just going through that class just to see them from coming from work readiness to actually going into the training class to them getting a job, it's just like the mindset, like, you know what I'm saying, you see people in the community that like people don't know what they don't know. Right. So, you know what I mean? And that just give me a passion, like just to help people, like at the end of the day.
No, that's big, man. That's big. Man, I like that.
So would you see yourself like throwing a big event for, you know, like the kids, bring the bounce houses out, couple performances?
We do that all the time. We do that all the time. Like with the Smile Trust, right now we got the Freedom Lab that's off of 43rd and 12th. Right. So the Freedom Lab, we do events there like all the time. Y'all boys definitely gotta come out.
We could do a show.
Yeah, they do the toy drives and the clothes. Like they also got
do a show at the toy drive. Would be crazy.
Yeah, and they got the program also. If you got clothes or certain things that's reusable, you can give back and just donate. You know what I mean? Yeah. But earlier, I was watching you on your Instagram. You was like, man, you really disappointed and let down by people who you really had love for. You still do, but you just like disappointed at the moment, man.
Oh my God, man.
So what was I witnessing on Instagram when you was disappointed, man?
I'm rejudging my you know what I'm saying, my judgment, man. Like, is my judgment correct at this point? Like, what is going on in my life right now? Right. It just seems like everybody I know is either
you got two goats that just let you down.
One just, you know, I'm trying to go now with my new stance is now J. Cole evolving.
Right.
Okay, so
he apologized. He humble.
He's evolving. Right. He's not trying to perpetuate the narrative that everybody wants. Right. You know, I gotta try to fight with something at this point. Right. Just like you ain't throwing no hands. You were saying that if somebody try you, you You know what I'm saying?
I think J. Cole a stand-up guy. I think he just got put up in a bad predicament of peer pressure. So what happens is he said he got gassed up by his friends and his homies.
Hey,
and he put himself in
who
space.
better people to gas you up?
Your friends. Yeah.
So hey, but everybody gotta understand that Kendrick is Kendrick. No matter if you don't like his music.
I fuck with
I'm not saying you in per se. I'm just saying, and you know, because a lot of dudes like, here Kendrick, I don't like it. But I'm just like, yo, go back and listen to that Mad City, and then you understand what type of monster he is.
I think J. Cole could really battle Kendrick. I just think that if he wouldn't have knew him so much, he wouldn't have cared so much.
No, he got
I think
love
too
for him.
early on they actually did records, kind of had some type of friendship, and it's just like, yo, I'm not going out lame like that. I'm not one of them dudes. I'm not searching for clout. I'm already
sometimes
vibing.
you got in this world right now, bro. Nobody want to say, you know what, you got it.
Right.
You know
nobody want to be the bigger man.
Nobody want to be the bigger man. But
I'm just saying, for the sake of the argument, right? For the sake of
G shit, go ahead.
On the flip side, like I respect his decision. Like you feel what I'm saying. Like as a man, like you shouldn't be pressured to do nothing that you don't want to do. Like if you felt like in your heart that you know what I'm saying you did something that you didn't want to do, I just feel like fuck apologizing because you done made the song already.
Right.
But I feel like we go back to that competition shit, right? So it's just like, for me, either way, you perpetuating the narrative. So it's either you're going to be this timid man that don't want to, you know,
have confrontation,
and, you know, and you with your guy or your peer, somebody that you know. And it's a lyrical battle. Like, y'all just, you know what I'm saying? We know his fucking last album wasn't whack. It's just the way you witty with it. It just was like, oh shit, it was hard. Like, even some of the shit that he's saying, we know it's far-fetched. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's just like the competition. I would say, like, as a fan, it's just like, dang, like.
But you know what it is? You know J. Cole knows his platform, he knows Kendrick's platform, right? And it's just like, boom, they might be sparring, but everybody else doesn't know that. The guys that surround him, you understand?
And I think
you feel me though?
And
I'm saying in retrospect.
No, but I ain't saying that you're wrong. I just think that hip hop, it ain't like how it used to be. So hip hop kind of turned into throw rocks and hide your hands. So that's where the whole subliminal thing came from.
Right.
So when everybody started to get back on the old timers with the real gangster shit and addressing the name and direct, it get a little different. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the difference too. Because at first everything was subliminally said. You didn't know who, and everybody put it together and was correct. That
to me, that's what make it hip hop, right?
Right.
That's because it's the subliminal. So if you ain't in the in crowd, you don't know what's going on.
Right.
You just a fan.
Right.
But it's just like now
the people they don't put in there. They know.
The subliminals is more direct because
that's what I'm saying.
They saying your album name.
Right. They ain't throwing rocks and hiding hand no more. They snapping it.
You know who I'm talking about at this point.
Facts.
And like for the music culture, like for me, it's just like it's good for the culture. Like you know what I'm saying. It's good for me as a fan to hear. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's only good for
things like that.
I only feel like it's good for the culture when it's these type of guys. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it start getting a little more street gangster rap or gritty.
But once you start picking up guns and really trying to kill somebody,
but this is why I'm thinking that. You know, J. Cole is trying to take that route because he probably
and that's why I said
they big and that's like a big and pop type of thing.
Kind of like when recently Jeezy and Gucci came into a men's enough to just do a verses and be a couple feet away from each other.
And then did a show after because you remember they did like a tour after that.
So that was even big for hip hop culture because that was more like the most recentest thing that could have went crazy, which did go crazy. Somebody died behind that situation.
Right.
Well, a few people had altercation. We don't know. We from the crib. We from Miami. We ain't from the A. But salute to everybody in Atlanta. And who was the other guy, the other GOAT that let you down in boxing? Let's talk about boxing from last
Haney
night.
let me down, man. I'm a real Devin Haney fan. Like,
oh Lord,
it's just like
he wasn't ready for Ryan.
Like.
Right.
So I'm noticing, like I said, I'm just like rejudging, like, am I like a good boxer now at this point? Like, cause this the fighter that I had, everybody been like, Rob, he's not the guy. Like, he's not the guy. Like,
I mean, he lead with the jab, bro.
Yeah.
At less, bro. If he's leading with the jab and he's not Floyd.
Right.
And look at everybody that took that style from Floyd and tried to do that. They lost.
I think
Shakur Stevenson
with the jab, he just ain't got no power.
Right.
That's the only thing. Like,
I think he's good enough to beat it great, but it's that overzealous. I'ma jab you and stay there. You can't jab and stay, bro.
He gotta go a weight class because he gotta get his hands up on them. He gotta get more weight so he get his power.
Right.
Cause him losing weight, he losing his power.
That's a fact.
And them punches ain't shit.
That's
Like
a
you
fact.
feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And he really just like
Ryan had something else in him, though. Let's keep it real.
Ryan was 3 pounds overweight. He probably was at a weight where he felt the strongest.
Right.
Where like you feel what I'm saying? Where he felt like I could knock a motherfucker out like with one punch. Like we all got that weight where we
Is it
feel
safe
like.
to say? Is it safe to say that Haney underestimated his opponent and ain't train and go as hard as he could have?
No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna underestimate him because he gonna fought him before.
Right.
To me, I think that it's a business move. He thought
he was gonna win this. I think he thought he was gonna.
Yeah, because I seen the clip kind of go viral where he said, "This guy not even taking me serious."
Yeah. I mean, because he won out of they what he beat him once. He beat him once. They fought 2 times in the
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
like I said, I think that
this was the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that it's more business for Devin Haney at this point.
No, it is.
You feel what I'm saying? He's more focused on branding. Like, what he give a fuck about losing? Like, because the first statement he made after, I didn't lose a belt. I didn't do this. So, like, you feel what
so
I'm
this
saying?
wasn't for the belt.
No, well, it was, but he was 3 pounds overweight, so he didn't lose a belt. He didn't.
It's like you got the win, but you don't get the title.
Yeah. I don't even think it go against his record, do it?
I mean, he might have the win, but he don't get the title, like you said.
So
who cares? That's why he's bragging about it right afterwards. It's like, you might have won the fight, but I still got the title.
So for me, it's just like, it looked like Devin Haney more on business right now.
Right.
And then I think they get a rematch or some shit like that.
Oh, they get a rematch?
Clause.
That's
good. I mean, well, Brian said he was going to give a rematch anyway.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, you know what I mean? I think it's more business in it.
They knew each other for years.
It's good for the sport that we is getting fights like this. Cause
it is great
that
for
was
the
a
sport.
good ass fight. At the end of the day, it was a good fight. It went down to a decision.
And you got to give it to Haney. Haney got up off that motherfucker.
I was just about to say, man.
He got up off the floor and fought like a man.
Yes, he
did. You feel what I'm saying?
I was just about to say,
he got his ass whooped.
Yeah. I fought with both of you boys, man. I always bought J. Cole albums. I fought with J. Cole, and I fought with David Haney. But J. Cole more on both of the topics, but J. Cole more because I feel like, bro, winners lose sometimes, bro. And if you don't take a loss sometimes, you don't know what you got again. So maybe David Haney will get back in the gym and work hard and pay attention and know that this dude's serious. He's not playing with you. Same thing with Cole. Cole might not jump out there and stick his neck out there on certain things that he know that he ain't fully ready to stand behind.
And to me, like I said earlier, what is the loss? I think it's a lesson.
Most
like,
definitely.
You feel what I'm saying? You learn something different. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You learn how to approach something.
It's Floyd that got that mindset in a boxer now that like, yo, if you take a loss, you're not
like
the best.
You feel what I'm saying? You're not great. And look at Ryan, right? He just got his ass knocked out by Javante.
And came back and redeemed himself.
And now he back on top of the world.
I mean, but when I say loss, sometimes too, a loss could be opinionated because right now somebody could say J. Cole lost the battle because he apologized, but somebody else might not feel like that.
Right.
Like
somebody
I don't feel like that.
Somebody feel he
because I know that he a great ass rapper.
I don't think he lost either.
I know that if he had to really stand there and go toe for toe, Kendrick got more of a hood background, so he has more pain, more stuff to describe. Of relatableness.
Right.
But when it comes to just rapping, if you ain't gonna talk about nothing else, just rap it. J. Cole can stand there and rap next to Kendrick all day.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So that's why I say winners lose sometimes. And it's okay that if you want to call it a lesson yourself because you're a winner, but if somebody else want to be opinionated and call it a loss because I got knocked out 3 times and stood up every time I got knocked out, at least I know after this fight for my rematch, I'm going to put way forth.
He got to go hard. He got to go hard. The next
he definitely got to redeem himself. You know what I'm saying? He can't go fight one of these little...
I just don't know why he thought he was going to beat Tank. I don't know what was in his mind.
Nah, Tank punched too hard. After last night, Tank punched too hard. David Haney, first off, David Haney got to get to a weight that's more comfortable for him.
Right.
That weight that he at, bro, you going to have to go what weight, bro. Like, because your punches ain't shit. Your punches went. Though you saw the man face after the fight.
I seen how he was
dancing. He was hitting them too.
Yeah, I seen how he was dancing.
This man's face was not
like this. Like, I ain't even worried about if you land because you ain't even really shaking.
No, that was a bad joint. That was a bad loss. To me, that was a bad loss.
It was money, but you know what I mean?
But yeah, man, it's been an honor to have you on the show,
I
man.
appreciate y'all
Yes,
boys.
sir.
I've been
Y'all
watching the
already know,
movement,
man.
you know what I mean?
Y'all already know,
Every time
man.
I
Higher
get a chance.
voltage, man. All my
I'ma
voltage
share
fam
it,
out
man.
there, man. Y'all go tap in. What can the people find you online?
Find me on Instagram, Robert So Live. But yeah, all the channels I said earlier, the Supreme Fit Fam,
Yeah.
the Trench Model
Smile,
Academy, Section 104, Smile Trust. Yeah, that's where you can find me at, and that's what we doing, man.
Man, it's been a great episode, man.
Yes,
Robert
sir.
So
Yes,
Live,
sir.
Higher Voltage in the fam, CEO Wall in the cut. It's
You already know.
Diddy, you know, man. It's going down, man. All my Voltage fam, y'all like, subscribe, comment, man. It's up.
It's up.